I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I be wanting to choke the living shit out of Kelly. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to KRSTV. This is your boy Kenny. Now remember, subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you get notifications every time I drop a video. Also, follow all the information I have in the description box. Also, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video. Now, this is If Loving You Is Wrong, Season 5, Episode 12, and the name of this episode is Contraband. Also, for those who are new, I just started a Patreon account. You know, definitely the link is in the description box. You know, go there and become a Patreon of mine. Everything that I have on YouTube and many other things will be on my Patreon account. So definitely, you know, show your love and support. I greatly appreciate you. But this episode was crazy. So let me begin. The episode picks up where it left off, where Alex, after her night of drinking and fucking and drinking, decides to wake up, goes into this panic trying to tell Ian that you drugged me and raped me, and she's flipping out and telling him, I'm gonna call the police, and you drugged me and you raped me. I'm like, oh really, bitch? Oh, now it's drug and rape? When yet you were the one that was literally getting drunk. You literally drunk up all his damn liquor. Like shit, he should have whooped your ass. Just saying. And then all of a sudden she's like, you need to remember, Alex, like, you came over here last night, we had sex, like, I didn't rape you, nor did I drug you. I ain't about that shit. Yeah, but you full of shit, Ian, and there's nothing more to be said in regards to that. But she's trying to get her to remember everything. She's like, oh yeah, the kids. And I remember I said I didn't want them. And she's like, yeah, and you talked about Brad and that you hated his accent. And then he was like, you know what? You real fucked up to come out your mouth and accuse somebody of some shit like that. Yeah, because she did that shit to Randall a few seasons back. When they were going to court about the paternity hearing, she was trying to scream rape, he's attacking me and shit. Oh, so you like to trap black men when they no longer convenience you, but when it's inconvenience, you ready to strap on them and ride them until the wheels fall off. Suck a bitch, tramp. Anyway, so Alex gets to the point where she gets so sick because she's so drunk, she runs out the house, is like, I'm gonna be sick, and throws up in the front of the lawn. And then next thing you know, Ian comes in after her to see if she's okay. And trip this. The one person, the only person who you wouldn't want to see this shit happen is that damn Psycho Betty. Psycho Betty saw everything across the street and he immediately goes over there to start his bullshit. You know, and he's like, so, what the hell you doing over here? You know, and, you know, what the hell are you doing here? Huh? What you doing? Huh? And he's like, who do you think you're talking to? He's like, you know, I'm talking to this whore right here. What the fuck you think you doing? And all this shit. And then Ian gets real defensive because Ian does like Alex. I mean, even though both of them hoes like shit, because Ian got a lot of pieces, and clearly we've seen that Alex, and a lot gets revealed about Alex in this episode too. I'm gonna get to it. So all of a sudden, you know, Ian and damn Randall going back and forth and shit, and then Ian tells Randall, you know what, somebody's gonna kick your ass one day. And then the next thing you know, we see Randall pulls his ass out, was like, here it is, here it is, here it is, here it is, and just doing the most. And then all of a sudden, they, you know, Alice goes across the street, Ian goes with her, you know, and Randall is still following them, you know, talking shit like, so, Alex, again, what the hell were you doing over there? I'm like, Randall sad because he ain't got no life. He ain't got Marcy no more. Alex is over his ass. He literally ain't got nobody. And he's just going crazy because he has nobody to torture. And then all of a sudden, he was like, yo, I told you to step the fuck off. And he's like, why don't you step off, bitch? And they start going back and forth. And all of a sudden, we see Ian flex. I was like, oh, check you out, Black Mr. Clean. You about to mop the floor with this fool. I was here with it. I was like, okay, Ian. You still a bitch-ass nigga, though. But still, I was loving that. That was nice. I was like, I was like, oh, shit. Ian ain't playing. He want to whoop Randall's ass. And then all of a sudden she was like, and then Alice breaks it up. She's like, you know what? Could you guys just go and just leave me alone so I can go in the house and get some sleep? And then all of a sudden, damn Randall's like, kiss my ass. And then we see Psycho Betty got his ass out, walking down the street telling something, here it is, get this ass. And I was like, okay, Psycho. Don't judge me, y'all. I'm just saying, the ass was nice, though. But, really, bruh? I'm like, I was like, see, Larry should have came in. Larry probably would have attacked him and probably would have did him right there in front of everybody. Because Larry got a thing for them boys, y'all. So I was like, if only Larry would have showed up, that really would have been some shit. He probably would have been trying to play touch football with your ass. Literally. Okay, so that happened. And the thing about it, everybody, So yeah, that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump the gun. So Alice goes in the house and she's confronted by Brad and Marcy, and he pretty much Brad is confronting Alice like, and she's like, I have to get the kids ready for school. Like, bitch, the kids are already gone to school. Where the hell were you at? And what the hell are you doing coming here this time of hour? And she pretty much says, oh, I went out drinking and I had fun and, and all this shit. And then all of a sudden, Brad starts naming names. Brian, Mark, Henry. Is that who you was out with? What the hell is going on? And she's like, it may be. So, what do you care? And we literally see Alex begins to unravel. She starts speaking her mind. She really is a ratchet bitch, and she gives no fucks. And she literally tells them both off. And she says that, hell, I never wanted this life. I never wanted to live in this neighborhood, and I hated being your wife. I was like, oh shit. And all of a sudden, she starts taunting Marcy, because Marcy's like, you know what? This bitch is trash. You could do so much better, baby. We don't need her. She's useless. And then all of a sudden, Alice is like, useless? Well, unlike you, Marcy, I can have kids. And she's like, Brad, you better start me. I'm about to slap this bitch to the floor. And she's like, well, boo-boo, if you want a kid, take them. You can have them. I never wanted their asses anyway. And then pretty much says, I'm done. I'm over this shit. And starts walking out laughing and shit. I'm like, Alex is fucking insane. And then pretty much Alice and Brad is like, get your ass back here, Alice. She says, leave me the hell alone. I'm done. And gets in her car and pulls off. And then we see everybody in the neighborhood comes out. Ian comes out. Tyrell comes out. And Natalie. I'm like, shit. The whole damn neighborhood know their business. So then we see Randall, with his sorry ass, goes over there to start fucking with Brad and Marcy. And he was like, oh yeah, oh Brad. And in case you didn't know, yeah, the whole time that she was messing around with me, she was also screwing around with him, pointing to Ian. And Brad is like, I don't give a damn. And pretty much Marcy claps back, and then all of a sudden we see that Marcy claps back at Randall's ass, like, yeah. And guess what but not only that, he wasn't the only one either. She has an online dating app. And guess what her name is? Jennifer Pepper. Yeah, remember? Pepper. Guess she was a hoe like I thought. And then all of a sudden, Randall's like, oh, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this shit. I'm gonna find out. I'm like, really, bitch? Cause he mad that he ain't the only one. Sad ass. So then we see that Tyrell and Natalie meet up. Natalie lets him in and everything. She pretty much talks to Lucian first. Lucian tells her, do not let Justice see him yet because Kelly doesn't want. And I'm like, Kelly needs to stop being a dumb ass. First of all, boo-boo, you created all of this mess, and now you're trying to tell them to keep him from his father? The man has rights. Even though he's just out of jail, he wants to see his boy. He's never seen his son. And on top of it, he went to jail for something Kelly did. He covered her ass. That's why his mother hates her. Y'all remember his mother, played by the beautiful black actress Janet Hubert, the original Aunt Viv, the black Aunt Viv, the top of the line Aunt Viv on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Yeah. She ain't play. So, but he probably got arrested at his mother's house, so that's why he can't stay there. So that's why he got to live with Kelly. So she lets him in and everything, and he sees how nice the house is. I'm like, yeah, Kelly was doing good working at her job at the bank that she no longer has. And then pretty much he asks about Justice. Where is he? And she was like, oh, he's staying with us. I'm like, Natalie, why the fuck would you tell him that? So now he gonna be pressing you to see the boy. You ain't gonna be able to keep Justice from him too long. Like, you should have just told him, oh, he's at a relative's house. Once I get the information out. She could have lied. But Natalie wasn't even there. Like, but she lets him in and everything. And then he also mentions that my mother told me about Kelly and that guy that she killed. Were they something going on? She's like, you need to talk about that with her. He's like, well, hey, I've been locked up all these years. I mean, I couldn't expect her to wait for me. I'm like, yeah, you think? But all of a sudden, Tyrell looks around. He's like, it's home. I'm like, yeah, bruh. And it's going to be interesting once Kelly gets back in that bitch, if she ever gets out of jail. So then we see Randall goes into the computer on her, finds her information. He's like, wow, damn, this bitch been dating everybody. And he starts naming names like Jerome and Jaquan and, Josiah. And and I counted all the names that he said. He counted a total of 15 men that Alice had been with. So there's 15 possibilities on who the baby daddy is. Like, and we just see Randall fuming. I'm like, yeah, boo-boo. You thought you had good dick, but obviously it wasn't that good, now was it? Alright, so then we go back to the jail. Lucian is there to see Kelly, but he runs into Eddie. He's telling him to get me out and that, Esperanza and Stevens played a trick on me. He's just trying to screw. He's just trying to oh, there we go. Sorry about that, y'all. There was something on my screen. He pretty much says that, Esperanza and Steven played a trick on me. He just wants to get in Esperanza's panties, let me out of jail. And he was like, you know what? He's like, please, brother, you gotta help me. And he was like, white privilege, I ain't gotta do a damn thing. And walked away. I'm like, there you go, Lucian. Lucian's my dude. And then he goes to talk to Kelly. Kelly gives out too much information. I'm like, Kelly is so naive. It gets on my nerves. Because then she's trying to give him the Bible and all this information. I'm like, boo-boo. You ain't even supposed to have that. And sure enough, Eddie saw it. Eddie's like, oh, that's contraband. She ain't supposed to have that in her cell. And I'm like, bitch done made a bad move. I'm like, girl, you should have just talked to him about it, but you should have not even shown that you had it. Like, you were just doing too much. I'm like, Kelly is such a moron. And I'm like, you could have just talked about it with Lucian. Like, look, I got evidence and all of that. And he said that, he starts talking about, yes, the public defender is going to be coming here and you can give it to him. And she goes off, oh, that public defender, he don't know nothing. I'm like, bitch, you have no money. You have no economic, you have nothing. A public defender is what you have. And they're trying to tell you that the guy is good, but you being all uppity and shit, bitch, you are in a red jumpsuit in behind bars, bitch. You don't have anything. So why the fuck are you being judgmental? As I said, she pissed me off this episode because she was doing too much. Like, he don't know nothing. What, he can't help me. I'm like, bitch, you don't know what the fuck he can do. You ain't give him a chance because you want a high-powered attorney that your dumb ass can't afford with your broke ass. So pretty much, afterwards, Lucian, kind of makes fun of Eddie's like, this looks good on you. But then he goes and confronts Esperanza and Stevens, and they said that he tells Stevens, you need to let him go. He says that, why is Eddie in here anyway? He's like, on the DUI. He's like, oh yeah, just like and I will probably find that in that paperwork all the way at the bottom of that folder that you got in your hand, huh? Let him out. And he's like, why would you want to why are you trying to help him for? He's like, if you take this road, you're just as bad as he is. So there's some honesty and humility, but I'm like, it's going to be a bad move because he going to fuck with Kelly because Kelly let too much information out being dumb. Like, you had the ammunition to get your ass out of there, but you decided to run your fucking mouth. So he pretty much tells him that, look, because, before Lucian got there, he was kind of joking with Esperanza that, the paperwork got lost. We don't know anything. Because she's wondering how long can we keep him in here. But Lucian came in there and shut that shit down. It's like, no, you need to let him out. Because, get him out of jail. But then, like, all of a sudden, Esperanza's like, well, yeah, we should let him out. I can deal with Eddie. I'm like, the fact that he just told you he was going to kill your ass because you're trying to take full custody of his child? Bitch, you better run for your fucking life because Eddie is really going to be a fucking monster and is really going to bring hell to you now. Crazy ass. So then we see that Alex drives off and goes to Ian's office, and she literally just walked into his office. I'm like, why are y'all letting this white bitch do whatever the fuck she wants? Why ain't nobody putting her in her place? What the fuck? She goes into his office and she's like, I walked out of my life. And I did it because of you. And then all of a sudden he's drinking at it. She's like, ooh, drink. And I'm like, he's like, But he's like, come on. And he pours her a drink. He's like, you know what? I think I want to get a job. And he's like, that's a good thing. She's like, yeah, I want to get a job here. She's like, do you know anything about law? She's like, well, not really. Then I don't think it's a good idea. And she's like, well, you were good last night. And then she's trying to fuck him at his desk. And he's like, we can't do that here. You need to calm down. I was like, come on. Oh, no. Oh, no. Like, she starts going into that damn demon shit again, trying to rape him. Got a nerve trying to say, you raped me and you drugged me. And, like, Alice needs her ass whooped. And he pretty much brushes her off. And she's like, well, fine. And then he was like, well, can I see you later? And she was like, oh, no, honey. By that time, I'll find somebody else to scratch this itch. I'm like, she's a sex-crazed succubus from hell. Then the secretary comes and lets Ian know that Larry wants to see him. So Larry and Ian, they meet up. And we kind of find out that Ian's a hoe just like Alex. That's probably why you enjoying fucking her and with all the shit, because you a hoe your damn self. And then all of a sudden the DA's in the lobby. Her name is Linda, and she's an evil bitch. She's with the church. She got a lot of she's got a lot of connections there. So pretty much she says that Carl Adams, the public defender, said that he got some very well assured evidence that could help Kelly in the case. But they pretty much saying that, look, it's a slam dunk. You ain't got nothing to worry about. And she's like, I don't like surprises. So I need to know everything of what I'm going to be dealing with, because she up for re-election. So convicting Kelly will get her the votes from the church that will put her up in there. So this bitch is all about herself. She don't give a damn about nobody but her own prestige. She's an evil bitch. And pretty much so is Larry. Larry's evil to the bone. And pretty much he says that, look, there are no surprises. Prosecute to the fullest. We got this. So they finally leave, and then Larry tells Ian, get that public defender in here. And then Ian's like, why? He's like, just bring him in here. He's like, okay, but why do you need to see him? Because he know Larry's with the bullshit. He's like, dude, just stop asking me stupid questions and get his ass in here. I'm like, yeah, he gonna do some intimidation shit, or at least try. So then we finally see that a guard lets Eddie out. Eddie immediately says, oh yeah, that Bible, you need to take her Bible because she ain't supposed to have it. And then the officer like, yeah, it is contraband, you can't have it. And then she's like, no, you can't have my Bible. You're not gonna get. He's like, you need to give me the Bible. Like doing that same shit that he was doing to Pete, like, give me the disc. And then all of a sudden, give me the Bible. Give me the Bible. And then he tells Rookie, hey, I'm your superior, let me in. So he goes in there, he pushes Kelly around, and he takes the Bible and shit. And he knows that it's evidence to get her out of there. So Eddie is just being an evil asshole. And then he's saying that, and she's like, please, Eddie, no. Please, Eddie, no. And I'm like, well, bitch, it's your fault. You shouldn't have fucking opened your mouth with your dumb ass. Like, Esperanza told you need to keep shit down. Esperanza warned you. And yet you still was running your mouth. And the wrong bitch heard it because you thought his ass was locked up. But now now the tables done turned. He now took her Bible from her and pretty much was like, good luck on your murder case, bitch. And I was like, Eddie ain't gonna be happy till somebody fuck him up, and Lucien is going to whoop your ass because Lucien was banking on that evidence, and now it's in Eddie's hands. And we see next week Eddie's gonna be trying to make a deal with Larry. Like, this gonna be some shit. So that's what I have, y'all. If I missed anything, get down in the comments, let me know your thoughts. I am so enjoying the Loving You Is Wrong, and I can't wait to see what happens next. So until next time, everybody, take care.